This is Openly Outspoken with Jeremy Adams, where differing opinions are not only accepted, they're encouraged.
What is going on? It's Jeremy Adams here, and today's show is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be different for two reasons. One is because I have been heads down in a new venture called Founders Mastermind, and because of that, I've just been so focused on that project that I didn't want to have a guest this week, and that's a blessing in disguise because I've been wanting to do a solo episode for a while. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, but I'm going to give it a shot and see how it goes. And so I was thinking before this started, I'm like, as many people may overthink things as they're trying to do their first ever solo episode with no guests, which shouldn't be too hard for me because I typically do a lot of talking anyway. But I wanted to talk about something that's really relevant in my life right now. And, with me being so focused on my Founders Mastermind project, it just really, really reminded me, I'm 31 now, and, Founders Mastermind at a high level, for those that don't know, is just a really premium group of mostly internet marketing and e-commerce entrepreneurs, and people invest a high premium to be involved and to be a member. And the reason they invest is to learn knowledge. We have some really top tier world class speakers to pick up content, to take notes, to do all those sorts of things. But really, really, what we are working really hard on is the relationship, the friendships, the accountability, the mentor and mentees, if that comes out of it, right? And relationships are so impactful. And I've looked back, over the years, 31 now, I really started investing in personal growth probably mid-20s, 24, 25. As of right now, I'm a part of my own mastermind, so a really, really quality group of people in the space. It's really how I've been able to accelerate my network, because if you are in a room of we have about 50 members now of people that paid a lot to be there, that flew across country, it's going to really accelerate your ability to network and meet the right people. So I'm a part of my own mastermind. I'm a part of a coaching group that's ran by my good friend Dave LaRue. We meet once a quarter, and I work with coaches one-on-one. I see a therapist typically at least once a month, sometimes twice if things are a little bit hectic in my life. And I just started thinking like how impactful that's been for me in my life. From, the thing about a lot of this self-work is, I've thought to myself, am I happier doing all these things? Am I happier seeing coaches and seeking therapy all the time? And when I say I see a therapist, people, oh my God, are you okay? And it's like, yes, I'm okay. I think it's healthy and beneficial for me to schedule time and to see therapists regularly. And that's what I wanted to really just talk a little bit about today, is how impactful investing in myself has been. I mean, it's been so impactful of so many of my best friends, my biggest business deals, people I consider mentors, people that I just like, I've slept at their house, I've, crashed in their guest bedrooms, crashed on their couch. I mean, I've just met some of the best people at premium groups, and I'd highly recommend it to anyone looking to connect with more like-minded people and really just, expand their network, expand their way of thinking. Back to the happiness thing, it's hard to say if I'm happier because happiness comes in ebbs and flows, and there's a lot of factors that go into it. I think I've overall always been a pretty optimistic guy, but I would say what I've generated for myself out of this commitment to coaches and therapy and deep conversations, and I left out Audible, but lots of Audible books, is I have so much inner peace and self-acceptance, more than I've ever had before. I, for the first time in maybe ever, I can say I truly, truly love who I am. And not, hopefully that doesn't come off as sounding like egotistical. That's not the intention, but I love who I am for the good and the bad, the imperfections. And what's interesting, when I've started to have more self-love, or at least for me, I care a lot less what people's opinions are about me. Not that I don't like the cliche saying, like, I don't care what people think about me. That's obviously bullshit. You do care, but I really only care what a few people think about me. And the people I do care are people that I trust and can give loving and constructive criticism. But that self-love has just unlocked so much power and potential for me. And the irony is, the less I care about those external opinions and how people view me and what they think of me. What are they going to think of this post? What are they going to think of this political opinion? What are they going to think of anything? I've just started to realize people naturally gravitate towards me more. And I have more and more influence over people. And it's shown in filling a mastermind, right? Like this mastermind venture. And by the way, I've committed, I'm never going to start a company again from scratch, or at least not for a really long time. I started this mastermind venture from scratch, and it has been so stressful. I think at this point I just want to partner with or acquire businesses. But I've realized the influence because I've just been fortunate. I have people in my life that I'll say, hey, join this group. It's premium. It's a lot of money. It's as much as a lot of Americans make in a year, or pretty close to it, to join this group, right? And I have people, I'll say, hey, I'm putting this group together. I just started it. My partners are Max and Tim, and they're enough said, we'll join, right? We trust you, Jeremy. You don't need to tell me more. We'll join. And the amount of pleasure that gives me, that these people just have trust in me. And I'm starting to see more and more that as I've really invested in myself and started to have that inner peace and have that self-love and self-acceptance, and finding that balance of being grateful for where I'm at today, but also knowing that I still have so many areas to grow, right? So much room for growth. So, anybody listening, no matter where you are in your life, the amount of, like, every area of your life will improve the more awareness you have, the more work you do on yourself, your romantic relationships, your friendships, your success in business. That's where the ROI comes in, right? And it's tricky. We don't always want to look for an ROI for things, but in a lot of groups, a lot of investments, when there's a business aspect to it, you can get a really solid ROI. But a lot of the growth I've done is there's not really a direct ROI to it, or at least not like something that's immediate gratification. But I'll just notice years down the road, something that comes up, and I would some self-talk, I'll say, hey, like a few years ago I would have handled this situation this way, and now, because of all these things, all these circumstances, all this opportunity for growth, now I'm handling it this way. And so just, working with a therapist, making sure you're having mentors, people that can hold you accountable, right? People that can teach you. Also, find people you can help teach as well. I think I've been so unbelievably grateful. I've had some amazing mentors in my life, mostly men. Which I'm open, and I think eventually I'll have more female mentors, but I've had some great men that I look up to, that are great fathers, great husbands, great businessmen, and I've been so fortunate to have those people in my life. And I've been trying to help other people out where I can, right, and try to pass that along. But the first mastermind group, I joined, I think it was like 15 or 20 grand, and it was like 5 or 6 years ago. And at that time, that was, a big chunk of everything I had to my name. Like maybe I even had to do payment plans or something. I can't even remember. But like the type of people in this group that I was able to share a meal with and learn from and do some business with where it made sense and all those things. It was just such accelerated my growth, like I couldn't have imagined. And, I don't claim to be great at a lot of things in business and in life, but one thing I have become really, really strong at is really just building strong relationships and in becoming a better and better communicator. And if you're great at communicating, and building relationships, you can get anything you want in life, right? You're going to have influence over people. You're going to be able to structure deals and compensation and, convince the prettiest girl at the bar to go to dinner with you or whatever. If you're a great communicator and you're great at building relationships, college degrees and all that stuff aside, you can accomplish just about anything in life. And I would just recommend invest in your growth. And there's something super important about the word invest too. When you invest capital, when you invest cash out of pocket, you give a shit, right? When you pay for something, you show up. Like when I first made that mastermind investment, that money at the time, again, was a big percentage of everything to my name. I fucking showed up. I was the first one there. I wasn't playing around. I got every bit of value out of that thing I could. I, shook everybody's hand that I could. And, so investing in content, investing in courses, investing in books, investing in coaches, investing in mastermind groups to level up your networking game, investing in one-on-one training with somebody that's 5 steps ahead of you, right? Like there's a reason that, I think some people are able to figure certain things out at a young age. And, what my friends and I all have in common that are, I would say, doing well, late 20s or early 30s is pretty much all of them invest in themselves. And they really, really focus on, hey, I have so many areas to grow. I'm looking forward to working with this coach. I'm looking forward to paying this coach $1,000 a month or whatever it is, because he's going to help me fix this one thing that's going to allow me to, close more deals, or that's going to allow me to be a better manager or a better leader and grow my company, or, whatever it is. So I just wanted to talk about that because that's been so impactful, is just investing in my growth in all areas. And one final thing, and this is a little bit more new to me, the last year or two, I've focused a little bit more on my health, investing in my health, which is I haven't done my whole life, unfortunately, but I'm very grateful I started. I invest in meal prep deliveries. I mean that's the main one, right? Is that, but I did like smoothies and really, really cleaning up my diet, and it's just, for me, that not only am I investing in my health, I'm getting time back. I'm not having to cook food. I'm not having to walk to restaurants as much. I would say I'm probably as healthy as I've ever been, right? So, it's just, if you're looking to grow in any area, relationships, professional, take it from someone like me who has failed a ton and learned a lot the hard way. And once I started getting clear on the importance of making an investment in something or someone that can help you, it's been absolutely life-changing. And I will invest in myself until the day I die. So I just wanted to share a little bit about that. If you got value out of it, I will do more in the future. Also, if you got value out of it, share with somebody that you think could also like it. If you personally know me or connected with me, let me know that you listened to this and that you loved it, or fuck it, if you hated it, be like, hey, don't ever talk about that again. But it's been super impactful for me, and I wanted to just be vulnerable and open and authentic with something that's made a difference in my life. And if one person listens to this and starts really investing in different areas of their lives, it'll be well worth my time and energy here. So I will see you next week.
Thank you for listening to Openly Outspoken with Jeremy Adams. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast player so you get updated when new episodes are live. If you enjoyed this episode, the best way to support is to leave a 5-star review and share the podcast with people in your life that you feel would benefit from these types of discussions. Visit openlyoutspoken.com for additional details on the show. Find out how to connect with Jeremy on social media and learn more information about Jeremy's personal and business life. We'll see you next time.